In terms of what surgery do you need for spondylolisthesis, well, let's talk about it. Again, there's 6 different types, and so if you have the tumor type, well, that's obviously a way different tumor. But again, talking mostly about the degenerative type and the isthmic type, which is what most people have when they have spondylolisthesis, there's 2 different types of surgeries in a nutshell. Essentially, there's a non-fusion surgery and there's a fusion surgery. Not every patient is a candidate for either one of these. It somewhat varies on many factors, and it's hard to put a one sum of it all into a video. But essentially, let me go over the different types of surgeries and why a surgeon might pick one over the other, and then I'll kind of tell you how I think about it in terms of the patients I'm looking at. Okay, so in terms of the non-fusion surgeries, a surgery that's very common in the setting of spondylolisthesis might be something called a laminectomy. This is a model from Demo Spine that shows it really well. So if this is the front part of the spine, side part of the spine, back part of the spine, let me show you what a laminectomy is. The immediate advantage of the laminectomy is that there's no rods or screws, there's no fusion, and that's very attractive to most patients, but it's not a great option in many cases. Essentially what the laminectomy is going in here, removing part of the spinous process to get into the thecal sac or the spinal cord, depending on where you're at in the spine, and cleaning out the pinched nerves, cleaning out the arthritis. So in the degenerative type, a laminectomy is definitely an option. Now, if you have unstable spondylolisthesis, that's where the bone is actively moving a certain distance from flexion to extension, or when you lay down versus when you stand up, so comparing the MRI even to the X-ray, it's definitely a source of controversy in spine surgery whether an unstable should just get a laminectomy. A laminectomy in unstable might result in worse outcomes and an eventual need for surgery in the future, which would be the fusion surgery. I usually tell patients the analogy of this section of bone that's being very surgically, meticulously removed is almost like if you're in your office and you look up and you have those ugly tiles on your ceiling like most of our offices do. It's like taking a strip of those tiles out. You still have the stuff on the left side and the right side. You still have the column of support bone that's above you, but you got to get into the spine somehow. It's extremely safe, extremely effective, and most spine surgeons' favorite thing to do because patients just bounce back so fast and it's a very low morbidity and patients just return to their activities of daily living quickly.